Hi Yogis, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Yoga with Rhiân. I'm Rhiân. Today's practice is going to be about finding contentment, so taking this time to find some inner peace, inner happiness, and forget about our day-to-day stresses and worries. Okay, please, I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel. I'll be bringing you classes every week so we can stay connected and practice together. Alright, so with that in mind, let's grab our mat and let's start flowing. Today we are going to begin standing. So if you want to come stand at the top of your mat, I'll stand facing you. So bringing our big toes to touch, just leaving a gap between the heels. If you find that's not comfortable, feel free to stand hip distance apart. So we're going to close off the eyes and just begin to check in with how we are feeling today. So let's begin by focusing on our feet, bringing the weight or distributing the weight evenly through the four corners of our feet. Perhaps you even want to just lift your toes up for a moment, so allowing all that weight to kind of go into the back of the heels. You notice how your quads engage. And when you feel settled, on your exhale, drawing the toes down towards the mat. So keeping that engagement in your quads. So firmly rooting down, moving your way up into your belly, drawing the navel in and just tilting the hips slightly, so trying to keep everything nice and neutral and in a straight line. Shoulders fall away from the ears. The jaw is relaxed. You can even leave a slight gap between the lips. Your cheeks are relaxed. And the crown of the head is shining into the sky, so just extending through the neck slightly and just a slight tuck of the chin. Allowing your breath to lengthen. Keeping your breath through your nose as you inhale and as you exhale. Acknowledging any feelings that come up whilst we're standing here. Knowing that for the remainder of the class, they don't serve you right now. So take a nice long deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth side out and let them go. Coming back to your natural breath through your nose. Feeling more contented as you stand here. Feeling happy, peaceful, and grounded into the earth. And bringing our hands to heart center. As I chant Shanti, 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 feel free to join me. Otherwise, just feel free to listen. Inhale to begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Nice. If your hands are at heart center, allow them to rest alongside your legs. And you can slowly open up your eyes. Allow the natural light to sink in. Great. Okay. I'm going to take some side bends. So you can come or bring your feet to hip distance apart here. Otherwise, again, feel free to keep your toes touching. We're going to inhale as we lengthen and reaching high. And as you exhale, we're going to take a side bend over to the left. So try not to collapse that right shoulder down. Try to keep it open. So really allow that right arm to be alongside the right ear. Pushing the right hip out to the side. Drawing the navel in. And breathing. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, coming back through center, reach and lengthen. So as we lengthen here, we're lengthening through the rib cage on both sides of the body. And again, as you exhale over to the right. So again, left arm alongside left ear if you can. Pushing the left hip out to the side. And allow the breath to flow through the left side of the body. Inhaling. And exhaling. Next inhale brings you back up to center. This time as we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, come into cactus pose. So draw the elbows down and reach the heart out to the sky. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, cactus. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, shine the heart up to the sky. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Okay, so back at the front of your mat. This time an inhale to lengthen. And exhale, bend the knees and slowly begin to fold over. Again, bring your feet to hip distance apart here. The chest can roll over the thighs, taking ragdoll, opposite hands to elbows. Bringing the weight a little bit more forward into the toes. And feel free to hang out here. You can swing side to side here as well. Just noticing what feels good in your body. Taking one more breath. Nice. Bringing hands either to the floor or onto the shins, halfway lift. So extending from the tailbone all through to the crown of the head. And exhale, fold. Again, feel free to bend your knees here. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. One more inhale. And this time, exhale. We're going to place both hands down onto the mat. Step the right foot back. Coming into our low lunge Anjali Asana, we're going to drop the right knee down to the mat and tuck the toes. So coming up, we still want to be strong through that front foot. So draw the foot in towards you. Try not to collapse the hips down too much just yet. So still coming up, slight tuck in the pelvis. And I want you to interlace the fingers behind the back. So nice big inhale as you draw the arms down. Again, lead the heart up to the sky. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Nice. Releasing the fingers. Place both hands front of the mat. You're going to engage the back toes or the right toes. And then you're going to step the right foot forward to meet the left at the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. And as you exhale, to fold. Bending knees, inhale, slowly rolling your spine up one vertebrae at a time. Hands come to heart center. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, place the hands onto the mat. Step the left foot back this time. Drop the left knee down, untuck the toes. Okay, so again, be active through that front foot. So draw the foot in towards you. Slight tuck in the pelvis. Interlace fingers behind you. And as you inhale, draw the hands down towards the mat and lift the heart up. Even feel to gaze up here if you like, otherwise you can still gaze forward. Inhaling and exhaling. One more inhale and exhale. Nice. Bring hands to the front of the mat. Coming up onto the back toes. And as you inhale, stepping forward and exhale to fold. Bending knees slowly as you inhale, roll all the way up. Head comes up last. And exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Take 2 breaths here. Feel free to close off your eyes. Coming back to focus on those exhales to let go of anything that is coming up in the mind. You don't need to worry about it right now. Just focus on breathing and feeling into your body. Beautiful. Okay, from here we're going to step the left foot back, coming into our warrior one position. So you can bring heels to be in line, and the front knee you're going to bend. And then you're going to turn that left hip forward. So you want to draw that right hip back and engage that left glute and shift. So both hips are nice and square with the front of your mat. Don't be afraid to take a nice deep bend in the front knee. And inhale, allow the arms to raise above the head. We're going to hold here for about 5 breaths. If you find that the heel to heel alignment doesn't quite work for you, you can create a little bit more space by bringing the left foot out slightly. So again, it's just working with the pose, feeling again into the pose and noticing what feels good for you. So drawing that right hip back, left hip forward, neutral pelvis. Inhaling, arms up, and breathing 2 more breaths. This time as we exhale, coming into warrior 2 pose. So this time hips are parallel to the side of your mat. Gazing over the right fingertips. Try to relax the shoulders, but still be active through the fingertips. Take a moment to look down to the right knee. If your right knee is pointing towards the second toe, you know that you're good. Try not to collapse the knee out to the side. We're going to hold it for 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Next inhale takes us to goddess pose. So turn the right foot forward. And then from here, turn the toes out to the corner edges of your mat. And we're going to sit nice and low. Again, ensuring that the knees are pointing towards the toes. So kind of shimmy side to side here, even a little bit, just to warm up through the inner thighs. And then settle down. So again, try not to stick the bum out too much here. You want to still tilt the pelvis in, creating a nice neutral spine. And then from here, bringing hands to heart center. Breathing for 5 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. One more breath, maybe sink a little deeper. Nice. Next inhale, straighten out both legs. This time warrior 2 on the other side. So turn the left foot out and turn the right heel or the right toes in slightly. Bending through that front knee. Hips are square to the side of your mat. Arms out to the side, gazing towards the left fingertips. The outer edge of the right foot here is also grounding down into the mat. Beautiful. One more breath. Next, inhale, swing the right and left arm up to the sky, coming into your warrior 1 position. So left hip tucks back and in as the right hip shifts forward. Arms up energetically, the fingertips are reaching up for the sky. One more breath. And exhale out. Lovely. We're going to come back. So straightening out the front leg, we're going to turn to the side of the mat again. So this time keeping the toes pointed inwards and take the legs out, or the feet out rather, as wide as you feel comfortable with for wide-legged forward fold. So once you feel ready, engaging the core, so drawing the tummy muscles in. And as you exhale, shift the hips back and hinging forward. Bringing the fingertips to the mat here. If you find that this is enough, you can stay here. If you want, you can take it further. So exhaling, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. And then the crown of the head is drawing down towards the earth. Inhaling, try to find a little bit more space in your body. And as you exhale, maybe you can go a little deeper. One more breath. Next, inhale, coming up onto the fingertips if you're not there already. And exhale, bend the knees slightly. Bring your hands to the hips and slowly roll all the way up. Nice, you can walk the feet in slightly and then step back to the front of your mat. Okay, nice. Okay, so coming into some balancing poses now. So I'm going to turn to face you. So coming into eagle pose. So just bend the knee slightly, again still tucking the tailbone in. And we're going to take the right leg and wrap it around the left. But before you do that, find a spot on the floor for your balance. It's always great for drishti, finding something focal point, using your breath. Okay, so bending knees, right leg wraps around the left. If you can double wrap and tuck the toes there behind the left heel, then that's nice. If you can't, that's fine. Maybe sink a little deeper. Okay, hands or arms rather come out, and the right arm sweeps underneath the left, grabbing a hold of the palms. Otherwise, it's grabbing a hold of the thumb on that left hand. So sink a little deeper. Breathing, finding that focal point on the floor for your balance. Draw the navel in, be strong. One more breath. Beginning to slowly unravel. Release and shake it out. Okay, taking it to the other side. So bending your knees, left leg wraps around the left, tucking the toe in if it's available. If not, then that's fine. Arms come out, left arm under right. Grab a hold of the opposite palm or the thumb. Sink as low as you can. And breathe. If you begin to wobble, that's fine. If you do fall out of the pose, just know that that's fine. You can just come right back into it if you're ready. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Beautiful. Slowly unraveling and shaking it out. Okay. All right, back to the top of your mat. We're going to inhale, but as we interlace the fingers. So we're going to take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, draw the hands down towards the mat. So the shoulder blades draw towards one another. And notice how the chest wants to open up, heart shining up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to bend the knees and slowly folding forward. And arms come pointing up to the sky. So keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. If you find that the feet together here isn't working for you, you can open the feet out a hip distance apart. Option to keep the knees bent, otherwise straightening out the legs, tailbone is pointing up to the sky. Again, shifting the weight a little bit more forward into the toes. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together, arms up to the sky, inhaling and exhaling out through the mouth. One more inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Bending your knees, release your fingers. Hands come down to the floor, stepping back, dropping the knees down to the mat. Knees come out as wide as you can. Child's pose, big toes touch. And take a moment to melt into your mat. You can either walk the fingertips as far as you can, so getting a nice stretch through the back. Otherwise, bending your elbows, allow the forearms to touch the mat. And your awareness comes back to your breath. Bringing your awareness to your breath allows you to become more present in the moment. Trying not to worry about anything that's going to happen later in the day. Just focusing again on how you feel right now. Nice big inhale together. Sigh it out. Nice. Slowly bring yourself back up. And then you're going to walk the hands forward, straighten out the legs, and we're going to come onto the belly. We're going to come into bow pose. So from here, we're first going to come into locust, just to get a little bit of warmth and create some warmth through the back. So coming here into locust pose. So I want you to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. So hover them up off the floor. Okay. Next thing is, as we inhale, we're going to squeeze the glutes together, squeeze the inner thighs together, and lift the legs up off the floor as well. So inhaling to lift. Holding here and breathing. And every inhale, maybe you can lift the chest a little higher, lift the legs a little higher, and exhale. One more breath. And exhale it out. Nice. Coming onto the right or left cheek, just take a moment. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. So facing the front of your mat. This time I want you to take the arms out to the side, almost like you're flying in the sky. Okay, so again, as you inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. Breathing. One more breath. Exhale it out and release. Nice. Okay, coming into our bow pose. So facing the front of your mat, you can bend the knees, grab a hold of the outside or the inside of the ankles. So from here, I want you to energetically draw the knees together, so try not to allow them to splay out. And as you inhale, we're going to push the feet away from the glutes and allow the chest to lift up. Breathing. And exhale to release. Allow the hips to shake side to side. Okay, bringing your hands back underneath the shoulders and pushing yourself all the way up onto your knees. Okay, from here we're going to walk the knees to the front of our mat, cross our feet. I'm going to come onto our backs, preparing for bridge pose. Okay, so feet are hip distance apart. So you've got the option here to see if you can find the back of your heels with your fingertips, but I want you to make sure that you still have a straight line here in your shin. If you find that you don't, then just walk the heels out a little bit. Okay, so nice big inhale as you reach the hips up to the sky. So we're going to squeeze the glutes here and draw the inner thighs towards one another. Keep with that breath. Pushing through the heels, lift the hips a little higher. One more breath. And exhale to slowly roll each vertebrae down to the back. So upper back, middle back, and then lower back meets with the mat. Grind that lower back into the mat. Okay, we'll take one more. So inhale, lift the hips. And notice how when I lift up, the hips go up, then the middle back, then the upper back all releases off of the mat. Squeezing the glutes, push through the heels, maybe lift a little higher. Feel free to leave your hands onto the mat. Otherwise, if you want to interlace the fingers, so allowing a little bit more height onto the shoulders, and then lift the hips a little higher. 2 more breaths. And exhale, release the fingers, and again, upper back, middle back, and lower back meets with the mat. And this time, hug your knees into your chest, so giving yourself a nice big hug. You can draw the knees in with the hands, otherwise wrap the arms around the shins. And see if your nose can kiss your knees. Even roll side to side here. Just do what feels good. Nice, and then slowly releasing out. So bringing the feet out long, coming into supine twist. So bring the right knee into the chest. Left knee grabs a hold of the right knee And allow yourself to drop that right knee over to the left. So you might need to shimmy a little bit onto that left hip to give yourself some space. And right arm comes out to the side. Your gaze is over to the right. You can close off your eyes here. Coming back to your breath. Next, inhale, make your way back through center. So taking you to the other side. Left knee in, shimmy onto that right hip. Drop the left knee down. And then just gently bringing your gaze over towards that left hand. And just focusing here on drawing that left hip away from the left shoulder. Nice, come back through center. Hug yourself in one last time. And as you exhale, making our way into Shavasana. So bring the feet to the corner edges of your mat. Arms plop out to the side. You can have your palms facing up or down, whatever feels good for you. I like to allow my palms to face up, pushing through the head, draw the shoulder blades together. And coming back to the awareness of how we feel right now. Your jaw is soft. Your breath is calm. Your breath is soft. Your hips are heavy. This moment is for you. Allow yourself to rest and relax, using your breath to guide you. Feel free to stay here as long as you're comfortable. Thank you for joining me today. Until the next time we meet, Namaste.